Hi, this is Sophie Christopher from the Belt and Road Initiative platform, and today I'm going to be doing a presentation on the state of the Belt and Road Initiative. This is part one, and it's going to be a two-part series, and the second part will be available on the Smart Money Matches YouTube channel when that is going to be released in 2020. So I would just actually like to say that I am not actually a financial advisor or legal advisor, and I'm not going to be giving any legal advice or economic advice, and you professional help if that's what you need. So in today's presentation, we're going to be looking at global connectivity, opportunities and challenges along the Belt and Road Initiative. So the Belt and Road Initiative, so I just want to also say that in 2019, when the global pandemic started, I'm one of the co-founders of the Belt and Road Initiative platform. Now this has created podcasts series to talk about what is happening in and along and around the Belt and Road, and that's where we exchange ideas, we're sharing insights, there's lots of open communication, and we try to unpack what is happening along the Belt and Road. And you can find that at our podcasts at the Belt and Road Initiative platform. This presentation, we are going to look at how to deepen the understanding of professional services on the economic trade cooperation zones. Now in this presentation we're going to refer them as the ETCZs along the Belt and Road countries. We will be looking at key stakeholders of the ETCZs on the competitive edges of professional services and business sectors, and explore the potential development opportunities. And again, ETCZs represent economic and trade cooperation zones. So the ETCZs were actually developed by Chinese enterprises under the Belt and Road Initiative, and have been driving economic growth along the Belt and Road, providing an important platform for fostering international cooperation and financial integration. Small and medium-sized enterprises, which is referred in this particular presentation as SMEs, can leverage their economic zones as alternative production bases, which can help diversity risk by lowering the raw materials and labour costs as companies accessing new markets. So the global supply chain disruption caused by the geopolitical conflicts and the COVID-19 pandemic has moved businesses, manufacturing enterprise, tech giants towards the emerging markets in search of new investment and business opportunities. Demand for professional services, including legal and business consultancies services, to enhance the economic and trade cooperation zones operating in emerging economies along the BRI, and the BRI represents the Belt and Road Initiative. The overseas markets provide the room for growth in light of saturated markets. Investing and participating in overseas economic and trade cooperation zones requires strategies in meeting various challenges, and we see these as political, environmental, and economic and social cultural differences that can be found along the BRI. But there is opportunity for professional services and businesses to develop strong strategies to extend growth in new and expanding overseas markets. Now, charting a new pathway does require vision and a capacity to imagine the unthinkable. Demand for professional services in emerging economies along the Belt and Road, and in this particular presentation we will be focusing on accounting, legal and business consultancy services, financial advisors and investment brokers. Now we're going to look at a case study, and the case study that will be talking about is the Connecitivty Special Economic Zone. Now this is based in Cambodia, and we're also going to be referring to the Economic and Trade Cooperation Zone, which is also in Cambodia, and we will be having a light overview of the industries and the enterprises. So the Connecitivty Special Economic Trade Zone and the Trade Cooperation Development Policy in Cambodia started its development policy in 2004. The Economic Trade and Economic Zone became a national policy in China officially in 2006. Again, in this presentation, we refer to the SEZ as the Special Economic Zone and the ETCZ as the Economic and Trade Cooperation Zone. The World Bank designated Special Economic Zones, which is the SEZ, as the umbrella term in 2008. And that means that a particular designated area has preferential treatment, and that can include things like tax, duty and duty exemptions. So why are special economic zones important? And that's quite an important question that we will try just to do an overview on this presentation. So they provide more opportunities for foreigners to invest in this particular case is in Cambodia, and in the Connecitivty Special Economic Zone it has created about 68,000 jobs have been created by this investment, and this has also produced better working conditions for workers, such as increased pay and also better job prospects that you can find in the Connecitivty Special Economic Zone. So how many special economic zones are there in Cambodia? So we had to look at, owing to the applications approval pattern of the Special Economic Zone in Cambodia, the development, the number of SEVs in Cambodia has been recorded a total of 46. But these are the ones that are actually listed in the official website. But it has recently been reported in local media that there actually are 54 zones that are currently being developed in 2020. I would suggest at this stage that we don't have any maps on our presentation, but you would be advised to have a look at a local map and you can have a look at the strategic location of Cambodia. So the origins of investors for the investment and enterprises in the economic and trade cooperation zones. So the major countries investing in the special economic zones include China, Japan, Taiwan, Malaysia, the British Virgin Islands, Singapore, the United States, South Korea, Thailand, Britain, France, New Zealand, Ireland, Germany and Hong Kong. Now you can find this research from the Mekong Institute of 2000. So where is the Shanghai-ville Special Economic Zone in Cambodia located? Now it is about 17 kilometres from the Shanghai-ville city and 3 kilometres from the airport and 12 kilometres from the port. The Shanghai-ville Special Economic Zone is co-developed by Cambodia and Chinese private companies, with the foundation stone laid down by the Prime Minister Hung Shung in February 2006. The Shanghai-ville Special Economic Zone management stresses its international orientation and commitment to developing a multinational investment platforms for companies around the world. The Shanghai-ville Special Economic Zone has a total planning area of 11.3 kilometres. The first phase attracted investment from textiles, garment, bags and leather and wood products. The second phase has an advantage of the port vicinity. So those looking to they are looking to attract industries such as hardware machinery, building materials, household appliances, auto parts and tyres and many others. The Shanghai-ville Special Economic Zone seeks to become a well-facilitated, fully functional, ecological model and industrial zone with 300 enterprises with 100,000 industrial workers. A comprehensive service building integrated, so it's a comprehensive service building with integrated offices. It has conference and other multifunctional facilities, has already been completed. And the completed works includes roads, water, support, electricity, drainage, as well as other living and manufacturing facilities. I'd just like to thank you for attending the first part of this presentation, and to remind you that we will be doing a part 2. And in part 2 we will be looking at, we'll be going in depth and looking at the sectors. We'll be looking at the industry, the percentage of the exports and GDP. We will be looking at the industries in the special economic zones, and also touching upon the priority sectors, and that will include the new industries and how they're being supported. We will also be looking at the government policies to attract investment. We'll be looking also at the tax initiatives and other initiatives that are going to be available, and the investment guarantees that are in place. We will also touch upon the one-stop